Hear about your very famous thinking hats.
Yes.
I don't know what you call it, I suppose.
Problem
model.
solving.
Yeah. And we're going to, just in case you're at home thinking, how does this work? We're going to see if we can give an example.
Absolutely.
And you have suggested a really good topic to show how it works is migration. And,
migration, yes.
You know, people coming into the country.
Sure.
All right, so how do we, what's the best way to start this process?
Everyone at any moment should be wearing the same colour hat. That's called parallel thinking.
Okay.
So we'll start with the blue.
Okay, so I'll put on
the
blue.
blue is really the organising hat. So under the blue we decide what is the topic, what is the focus, and what do we want to achieve.
Right.
Right.
And so under the blue hat now you can express your views as to the topic, what do we want to achieve.
Well, we want to achieve looking at whether we should be letting, let's say, more people into Australia.
Yes.
So that's our topic.
And whether that's a good thing at the end, whether because we've got more workers.
Not yet. Is that? Is
Not
it,
yet.
No, you can. Yes,
Oh, can you?
it's
No,
okay,
you
yes.
said an agenda,
Yes,
didn't
yes.
you?
Oh,
Is
okay,
that
so
right?
what? So do we keep developing that?
You can do, but so the idea is migration. Do you want more people in, and exploring the subject?
Yep.
Exploring the subject.
So do we have a cap on how many we let in? Do we have a racial profiling?
That will come
age?
on to the green hat.
Okay.
Now we'll follow with the white hat. And
There you go. Do you
the
want
white
to put that
hat is...
Georgie's our indicator.
Oh, sorry. I'm so terribly sorry, Chrissy.
Yes. White hat is information you have, information you need, how are you going to get it, questions you want to ask.
Okay.
So under immigration, you might say, well, what is the current rate of immigration? And you might say, where do the different people come from? And where's the greatest migration pressure from? And what's happening with the recent suspension of migration from Sri Lanka and Afghanistan?
And see, is this where we would look at the racial, like where they're coming from, and say, well, we want them from this country, or we want them from that country?
No, we just say
but that's...
what is happening.
Right.
No, you're right. You can say there is this opinion and there's this opinion, because that is reflecting facts.
Yes.
People have expressed opinions. You say some people don't like this, some people do. That's okay.
Okay.
But not what you think, but reporting other people's.
Right,
Sure.
So does it make us racist? Does it make us racist by saying we would prefer people from that
No,
country?
it's under the white hat. You're not saying what you would prefer.
Right.
You might be saying there are people. You're reporting a fact.
Okay.
You're reporting other people's opinions. That's information.
All right.
So in this
Then
situation,
we come to the red hat, and you can give your opinion.
Let's
Yes.
go to the red hat.
Edward, if I was just in this white, could I grab some articles from people and say, this person's saying this person's saying that? Would that help under the white hat?
Yes, white hat is questions you want to ask
Okay.
and so on. Now, the red hat is full permission to put forward your intuition, emotion, feelings. No need to justify it.
Great.
So under the red hat, you might give your feelings on it.
That we need skilled workers.
Yes. And you might say there's too much fuss made about migration. Or you might say, I feel there's not enough decisions made. These are all expressions of your feelings about migration. So what other feelings do you have?
So under which hat would the system, like, that Australia can't take any more
That's on the black
migrants?
hat. The
That'd
black
be
hat.
negative.
Oh, it's coming up.
That's
Coming
coming
up.
up.
Okay.
Yep. Save that.
Okay, so move on to the green. What's the green one?
No, not the green yet. We look at the black now.
Okay.
And then the yellow.
Learning a lot about this.
Yes.
It's fabulous. You can
Now
see
you
how...
This is the pessimism.
Now, black is the negatives, why it won't work, why there shouldn't be more people, why there's trouble, why it's very difficult to enforce a law, all these concerns. Concerns with the situation itself, concerns with current thinking about the situation.
Right. That
So under the
everybody
black
that
hat.
comes to Australia, I feel, should know English, and that's only for their own benefit and for better integration.
Is that an opinion, though?
No, you're right. It's an interesting point. If you said there's a difficulty where people don't know English,
Yeah.
that's a black hat.
If you had a fact and said statistics have shown that people who don't have English get more injured in the workforce.
That's it.
But your opinion.
If you say, I think
under
they
the
ought
wrong
to,
hat.
that's different.
And this is
I'll
what
be no good at this.
No, but this is where that's a great point, because this is where this model works, because otherwise what will happen is we will always keep defaulting back to opinions, but when we've got, it's like if
You've
we're
just
in
got to focus on
Black
that
hat.
thing.
yeah,
right?
now we can all go,
That's
hang on
right.
everyone, no,
That's
we
right.
haven't
No,
got this
sorry,
hat on.
that's not on. Yep, I understand.
yes.
So it's really good because it keeps your thinking moving forward.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good.
What's next?
The
boss?
yellow hat.
Which is?
Now, what are the good points about migration?
Souvlaki. Souvlaki.
Yes, okay.
Well, one of the things would be we wouldn't be with gorgeous Yumi Steins because her mother married an Australian dad. So
fair enough.
And you see this wonderful mix of cultures. Australia is a land of opportunity.
Yes.
Pad Thai.
Yes, and
Spring rolls.
and workforce and skilled people.
Yep.
Now, interesting fact, in 1851, the population of the United States was 23 million. Just 23 million, 1851. Today it's 304 million.
Wow.
In 250 years.
In
150 years, sorry.
Now, the yellow hat, I'll give you an example. I was talking to someone the other day who's concerned with aging and people getting older. And I said, well, we could turn that into a positive. What you would do is you would encourage the immigration of older people, provided each one brought with himself or herself $100,000.
To look after themselves.
To look after them, exactly. So that would add to the local economy, and if they died, you'd keep the remainder.
That's a good idea.
And so you'd make Australia a haven for older people, but with the...
What benefits do they get?
The country would say, if this person stays with us, we're going to spend that much on him. Let's send him to Australia and give that amount of money.
You've thought about this, haven't you?
Was that green hat?
Just there and then.
Was that green hat then? Creativity?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I put it under positive, like get it, but it's green hat, really, quite right.
Because you're being very creative about the process and going,
exactly.
how can we be creative about improving migration?
Yes.
Really creative thinking.
Yes, you're
and a
quite
great idea. We're actually looking for a new Prime Minister. So what do you reckon? It has been an honour.